Even in fame, stars like Taylor Swift and Kanye West show that celebrity rivalries can be intense and dramatic. Let's start our video. The feud between Dwayne Johnson and Vin Diesel began during the filming of The Fate of the Furious 2017, part of the Fast and Furious franchise. Tension grew when Johnson posted a cryptic Instagram message calling some male co-stars unprofessional, which fans quickly linked to Diesel. Reports suggested their conflict was about work ethic and leadership on set, with Johnson favoring discipline and Diesel, as a producer, taking a more controlling role. The two actors barely filmed scenes together afterward, highlighting how serious the disagreement had become. Johnson later confirmed they had fundamental differences in philosophies. Their feud led Johnson to step away from the main series and focus on the spin-off Hobbs and Shaw. Although Diesel publicly tried to reconcile in 2021, Johnson declined, saying he preferred to move on, keeping their rivalry one of Hollywood's most talked about on-set clashes. The long-running feud between Taylor Swift and Kanye West began at the MTV Video Music Awards 2009, when Kanye interrupted Taylor's acceptance speech, declaring Beyoncé deserved the award, shocking the audience and sparking global backlash. Although he later apologized, tensions resurfaced in 2016 when Kanye released his song Famous, claiming he made Taylor famous, which she said she never approved. Kanye insisted she had agreed, and his then-wife, Kim Kardashian, shared a phone call clip that appeared to support him, leading to massive online criticism of Taylor. Years later, a longer version of the call leaked, suggesting Taylor hadn't been fully informed, shifting public opinion back in her favor. The feud deeply influenced Taylor's music, especially her Reputation era, and became one of the most iconic celebrity conflicts in pop culture, symbolizing clashes over respect, fame, and narrative control in the entertainment industry. The rumored tension between Selena Gomez and Hailey Bieber is largely rooted in their shared history, with Justin Bieber, who dated Selena on and off for years before marrying Hailey in 2018. Fans fueled rivalry narratives online, often comparing the two and creating drama through social media posts, even when both women avoided direct conflict. In 2023, the situation escalated when fans speculated about subtle online shade, leading to widespread debate and backlash. However, both Selena and Hailey publicly shut down the feud multiple times. Selena asked fans to stop sending hate, while Hailey clarified there was no real issue between them. They even posed together at an event in 2022, signaling peace. Despite constant internet speculation, the feud is mostly fan-driven, not a genuine personal conflict, and both have made efforts to move past the narrative and promote positivity. The feud between Drake and Meek Mill erupted in 2015 when Meek accused Drake on Twitter of using ghostwriters, specifically targeting his credibility as a rapper. Drake quickly responded with 2 diss tracks, Charged Up and The Explosive Back-to-Back, which became a cultural moment, and was even nominated for a Grammy, widely seen as a decisive blow in the battle. Meek fired back with Wanna Know, but it failed to gain the same traction, and public opinion largely sided with Drake. The feud cooled off over time, and in 2018, the two officially reconciled when Meek brought Drake on stage during a concert symbolizing peace. They later collaborated on the song Going Bad, proving their rivalry had turned into mutual respect and marking one of hip-hop's most memorable beefs turned friendships. The feud between Nicki Minaj and Cardi B built up over years of competition and subtle social media jabs, but it exploded publicly at the New York Fashion Week 2018 when Cardi confronted Nicki at a party, leading to a physical altercation, where Cardi reportedly threw a shoe and was escorted out with a visible bump on her forehead. The conflict stemmed from rumors, perceived disrespect, and disagreements over comments about Cardi's parenting, which intensified emotions. Both artists took to social media afterward to defend themselves, each giving their own version of events and fueling fan debates. Despite occasional attempts to downplay the tension, the rivalry highlighted the pressures of fame competition in hip-hop and how quickly misunderstandings can escalate publicly, making it one of the most talked about clashes in modern rap history. The feud between Kim Kardashian and Taylor Swift began in 2016 as part of the larger conflict involving Kanye West It escalated when Kanye released his song Famous, claiming Taylor had approved controversial lyrics about her which she denied. Kim then entered the situation by sharing edited clips of a phone call between Kanye and Taylor on Snapchat, appearing to show Taylor agreeing to the line, which led to massive backlash against Taylor online, including the viral snake narrative. However, in 2020, a longer unedited version of the call leaked, suggesting Taylor had not been fully informed about the lyrics, shifting public opinion back in her favor. The drama became one of the biggest celebrity controversies of the decade, influencing Taylor's reputation era and highlighting issues of media manipulation, privacy, and public image in the digital age. The feud between Chris Brown and Drake began around 2012, largely tied to their past relationships with Rihanna. Tensions escalated at a New York nightclub, where members of both entourages got into a heated altercation that reportedly involved bottle throwing, leaving several people injured and turning the situation into major headlines. Following the incident, both artists took subtle shots at each other in interviews and music, fueling the rivalry further. Despite the hostility, time eased the conflict, and by the mid-2010s, they appeared to reconcile, even collaborating later on the song No Guidance in 2019. Their feud became one of hip-hop and R&B's most talked-about clashes, showing how personal relationships and public image can collide in the music industry. The feud between Justin Bieber and Orlando Bloom began in 2014 and was fueled by rumors involving Selena Gomez and Miranda Kerr. Tensions reportedly started after Bieber was linked to Kerr, who was Bloom's ex-wife, while Bloom was later seen spending time with Selena, Bieber's on and off partner. The situation escalated dramatically in Ibiza when Bloom allegedly threw a pot at Bieber during a nightclub encounter, sparking a viral moment as onlookers cheered. Bieber then added fuel to the fire by posting a photo of Kerr online shortly after the incident, which many saw as a taunt. Although the drama created major headlines at the time, the feud eventually cooled down and both moved on, without any long-term public conflict, making it a brief but explosive celebrity clash driven by personal relationships and media attention. The feud between Rihanna and Kiara sparked in 2011 after Kiara mentioned on a TV show that Rihanna hadn't been friendly to her at a party. Rihanna quickly responded on Twitter with a sarcastic remark saying Kiara had been bad vibes, which escalated into a brief but viral exchange between the two. Kiara fired back, hinting she could confront Rihanna in person, while Rihanna responded with humor, famously tweeting, "Good luck with booking that stage you speak of." The back and forth grabbed massive attention online, but the drama didn't last long. Soon after, both artists cooled things down and Kiara publicly wished Rihanna well, bringing the short-lived feud to an end. It remains one of the early examples of celebrity conflicts playing out publicly on social media. The legendary feud between Jay-Z and Nas is considered one of the greatest rivalries in hip-hop history, beginning in the mid-1990s, with subtle lyrical shots over who was the true king of New York rap. Tensions escalated in 2001, when Jay-Z dropped Takeover, directly criticizing Nas's career, prompting Nas to respond with the iconic diss track Ether, which was widely praised and intensified the battle. The rivalry became a defining moment in rap culture, with fans and critics debating who delivered the stronger blow. Despite the intensity, the feud eventually ended on a positive note in 2005 when the two officially reconciled, even performing together on stage and later collaborating on music. Their story remains a powerful example of competition turning into mutual respect, shaping the golden era of hip-hop. The feud between Mariah Carey and Jennifer Lopez dates back to the early 2000s and is one of pop culture's most famous shade rivalries. Tension reportedly began when Lopez recorded I'm Real, a song that originally used a sample Mariah had planned for her own project, sparking industry drama. The situation escalated when Mariah famously responded, "I don't know her," when asked about Jennifer in interviews, a quote that became iconic and fueled years of speculation about their relationship. While neither openly engaged in direct confrontations, subtle comments, industry competition, and fan debates kept the feud alive for decades. Over time, both stars largely moved past the drama publicly, but the rivalry remains a classic example of early 2000s music industry tension and unforgettable celebrity shade. The fallout between Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie shocked fans of their hit reality show The Simple Life in the mid-2000s. Once best friends, their relationship reportedly broke down in 2005 after a series of personal disagreements and rumors one widely discussed. Claim was that Nicole showed a private tape of Paris at a party, though neither fully confirmed details publicly. The tension became so serious that they stopped speaking and even filmed separate parts of the show to avoid each other. Their sudden split marked the end of an era in early reality TV culture. However, the drama didn't last forever. By 2006, the two reconciled, appeared together again, and confirmed they had moved on, turning their once public friendship, feud, into a story of reconciliation and growing up in the spotlight. The long-running feud between Elton John and Madonna began in the early 2000s and was fueled by repeated public criticism. Elton openly accused Madonna of lip-syncing during live performances and questioned her talent, especially around major award shows, which sparked headlines and tension between the two pop icons. Madonna largely avoided direct responses, but the comments kept the rivalry alive for years, with Elton continuing to make blunt remarks in interviews. Despite the long history of shade, the feud finally came to an end in 2023 when Elton publicly apologized and the two reportedly reconciled, putting aside decades of tension. Their story stands as a rare example of a long celebrity rivalry that ultimately ended in peace after years of public disturbance and criticism. The feud between 50 Cent and Ja Rule is one of hip-hop's longest-running rivalries, dating back to the late 1990s. It reportedly began over street-level conflicts in New York and escalated when 50 Cent was robbed by someone associated with Ja Rule, turning personal tension into a full-blown rap war. The conflict exploded in the early 2000s through diss tracks, interviews, and public insults, with 50 Cent relentlessly targeting Ja Rule's image and credibility, while Ja Rule fired back with his own music and statements. The rivalry also pulled in major figures like Eminem and Dr. Dre, strengthening 50 Cent's side. Over time, Ja Rule's career declined while 50 Cent rose to massive fame, leading many to view 50 as the winner of the feud. Although the tension has cooled compared to its peak, both artists have continued to exchange occasional jabs over the years, keeping the rivalry alive as a defining moment in early 2000s rap history.